Hi guys, so today is going to be a fun DIY video. I'm sure you can see by the title. I'm going to be doing my DIY BB cream. Every video you've seen pretty much this summer, I have been wearing it. It is pretty much awesome. I'm not going to lie, it has helped me through the sweatiness and the disgustingness of this summer. It has been really warm in Canada and it's been really smoggy here, so it kind of helps make sure my makeup isn't sweating off. If you would like me to do a video on how I actually make sure that my makeup doesn't come off throughout the day, give me a comment in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe before you go if you're not already, and make sure you're clicking on that notification bell so you're actually getting all the notifications of when my upcoming videos are coming out. If you would like to see how I do my DIY BB cream, just keep watching. Alright, so I'm actually just going to do this here. It's going to be easy. So what you're going to need is a container. So I like to use ones like this. This is just from the craft area of my dollar store. And I got it at Dollar Tree, so it just looks like that. You're going to need whatever face primer you like. So I'm just going to be using the Hangover by Too Faced. And then I'm also going to be using a little bit of the Nivea Men's Sensitive Post Shave Balm. Then you're going to need some sunscreen. I love this one. This is the Hawaiian Tropics 30 volt. This is for the face. This is 30 SPF. You're going to need your regular face cream, and I've been using the L'Oreal Hydra Genius, and I love this. It works great. And then you're going to need, so then you want your foundation. It works better if you have a shade darker. Right now, because it's summertime, everyone's probably using their shade darker, which would actually work quite well. But this is also great for in winter because then you already have the shade darker one usually. And when you're mixing it in with all these white, clear things, it actually helps to have it a tiny bit darker. So I'm also going to use a spatula. This is one I got in makeup school. It's pretty awesome. All you need is something to mix with. So literally the formula is super, super easy. It's 1 part cream, and I always just eyeball it. So kind of do like 3 pumps. I'll do 5 pumps of that. So like eyeballing it. So that's my cream. This is a little bit liquidier. I like to try to only put a little bit in, so I'm careful with that. So you can see there's only a little bit of primer in here. And so I'm actually going to go in and I just take the top of this part off. It's just a bit easier. And so I'm just going to, so then I poured a little bit more in here so you can kind of see it's kind of all mixing together, but that's the 2 of them there. Then you're going to take your sunscreen, and this doesn't have to be necessarily face sunscreen. I just prefer it because I don't like having breakouts, and I find that the face sunscreen is a lot nicer and it's a lot more weightless. So, and then I'm just gonna, this one comes out a lot thicker and a lot more when you pump it, so I just like kind of bash it. I kind of like to do this a little bit, so that's kind of, it looks about even. So I don't fret too much if it's a little bit more of one thing and a little bit less of the other thing. As long as they're all in there, it's fine. Usually I prefer a little bit more primer and a little bit more sunscreen compared to like the face cream, only because I'm already putting face cream on. So what I actually do is I put face cream on and then I put this on, so, or in primer and then this. So like, to be perfectly honest, I'm already putting primer and face cream on before I put this on. Alright, so then you're going to take your foundation and just pour a little bit in. So what you're going to do is you want 1/3 of all those other ones, and so like 1 part of each of those and 3 parts of this. So that is what it's looking like. You can also use a container that you have at home for one of your like empty foundation containers if you want. I just find that this is a little bit easier to mix in, and if you want to do that, you can also mix it in here and then try to stick it back in like a foundation container. I always feel like it's just a bit easier to kind of do it in one of these. So then you're literally just going to take your container and your thing to mix with, and you're going to mix. You're going to make sure it's completely mixed up. You don't want to end up having sections that are not mixed, because then you're going to put it on your face and it's going to be like a white section. So that is what it looks like. If you wanted it thicker, you would obviously use a little bit more sunscreen and a little bit more of a thicker primer. That way it would be a bit thicker of a consistency. I don't mind this because I am also putting powder on top of it, so it's not that big of a deal for me, and I use my beauty blender to put it on. Like, put it on my finger, put it on, and then I beauty blend it out. So, but I am also wearing it today. So I am wearing it. So it's got pretty decent coverage for a BB cream. If you have pretty decent skin or you just need something light, so if you want to wear this to the beach, it does have that sunscreen in it, so it's perfectly acceptable. It's perfectly acceptable, so you're not going to be getting anything like that. And because of the primer, I feel like it stays on pretty decently. So let's do a swatch. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that, and I'm going to just do a swatch. So it blends pretty well. You just kind of blend it in a little bit. See? Pretty much matches my skin. Because you're using the foundation that matches your skin tone, it works really well. I also find that I like to use cheaper foundations and not my really expensive foundations, like my Fit Me, which works really well because it's a drugstore brand. It works really, really good. If you want to use something like the Tarte 12 Hour Clay Amazon one, it's really thick, which is great because it's a full coverage, but I feel like it wouldn't give me that nice dewy kind of nice look. I feel like it'd probably be a little too heavy. I haven't quite tried it. Maybe I will. If you guys would like to see a video on that, leave me a comment in the comments below and I will try it with something that has more coverage rather than something like a drugstore brand. I've been using the drugstore ones just because it's just cheaper for me. Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a great day. Bye!